Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this prep work done for tomorrow. I think tomorrow, let's see, tomorrow's, yeah, Friday. So tomorrow we're gonna weld the wheel wells in, so I gotta get everything ready, get all the pieces cut, so that all I gotta do is take it over to my friend's house. We're gonna weld it in place, get it done real quick, and then I can move on to the next project. So today I'm gonna cut these rivets, get this piece off right here so I can get that as close to the wall as possible so we can tack it on the wall in a few places. And then cut the floor exactly to the box, because I had the wheel well made a little oversized, and then I could cut the wheel well opening to accept the wheel well box, as opposed to them trying to guess exactly how big it needs to be. Let's get to it. So I ran into a few problems here. I ended up just having to cut that whole thing out. The piece up here in the front is like bondoed or tack welded to this under piece right here. So I tried cutting it at first and it was just really annoying. So I went in at an angle and then it was just aggravating. So I ended up, I'm gonna just come back and cut the other side over here upside down like that, all the way around, and then just pull it off and then do like I did over here, just cut a straight line down, straight line down. You can see I cut my line right here, and I'm gonna go through and just cut the rest of this off and make it look like this side, put the wheel well box up to it, measure some stuff, and then I'll cut a panel. So a little update here. This is a piece of angle iron. I got it cut right here. It comes over. This will be my support piece that I weld to. Right now it's just screwed on there just for now until I can get over there, and we're going to probably just tack weld it honestly, and then just tack weld the top right here, and then we'll run a bead right here along where the floor meets the new wheel well. Same thing over here. I ended up having to cut more back, so I'm gonna have to get a bigger piece of angle over here, like 3 inches, and then put a small run of metal there. So it's cool the way I've done this. It's one solid piece. It's going to get tack welded right here in the corner, but the down part right here, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can't really see. Hang on. It's just bent right here. So I'll show you the way I've done that. So what you're going to do is measure from your farthest out point to here. Mine's 1.5 feet from here to this inner corner right here, and then from the inner corner you're going to measure out to where you want to stop. And I want to stop 3 inches shy of over here because I got to put a 3-inch angle iron, and my measurement from here to here is 2 feet. So I'm going to take my angle iron and cut a 3.5 foot piece. So you get your piece cut. This is mine. In case everybody's wondering why this angle iron looks so weird, this is actually what came off right here. I cut it off, and instead of buying angle iron, I'm just going to reuse this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you got to clean it up a little bit, but it's cheap because it's free. So the first thing you're going to do is start over here. Over here, it doesn't really matter. And you're going to measure in to your first measurement. Mine's 1.5 feet, so I'm going to go from here 1.5 feet in. My mistake. It's 1 foot and 1/2 inch, not 1.5 feet. It's 1 foot and 1/2 inches. So you come in here and you make your mark, and then you're going to make a 40. You're going to make a straight line and then make a 45 off of that. After you get your 45s marked, It doesn't have to be perfect. In some cases you might want perfection. You got to measure it out and stuff like that. I'm really just looking to close this up and leave this backside together so I got some more strength, tack weld the corner, and move on. So you make the marks here, you cut on the outside of your black lines here, and then you'll just fold it over. As you can see here, I got it cut out. I'm gonna bend it. It meets up nice. Got a nice straight line. Fits in the corner. All right, so that's a close-up. In that video, you couldn't really tell, so it meets up pretty decent. Like I said, it's not exact, but for what I'm doing, it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so once you got it cut, you're gonna put it in there, like so. And then you're gonna use a spacer to make sure that your new piece of metal, or wheel wells, is gonna set low enough to the top of this floor is to the top of that. And I just used a scrap piece that I cut off of that earlier. So now I'm gonna start removing this stuff up here so I can start removing all the roof panels. And so I'm gonna take this off for sure right now, and then emergency exit hatches as I go. We were lucky, and our roof is screws, not rivets, so it probably won't take me very long to do this. Hopefully, that's what I thought on the walls too. Was it going to take that long? But it really took me a while after I got everything done. But I think I'm gonna time lapse through all this. I don't like just showing me take screws out. I'm just gonna time lapse everything just so you get the point, like you see what I'm doing, and you don't have to just watch me take screws out. Fishing for the win on the coffee. I was about to die. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this stuff off so I get this wall pan or roof panel off. But the first thing I do, because I think this is gonna retract as soon as I disconnect the air line. So I'm going to take the Carter pin out right here. That way it doesn't shut the door and keep us stuck in here because it's hot.
Well, I think this bus has like 6 emergency exits.
It does. It's one of those 2 doors.
So we wouldn't be stuck.
Technically. under the hood again. I'm taking this off where the heater lines went into the heater cord. Just got to take a couple bolts off on the air filter here. Remove the air filter, take the bracket off, get this last bolt. Take this off, take this off. This is the air line that works the door. We're not going to use the door anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off. And I'm going to put a piece of metal right here and put these bolts back to seal it up. I got the coat on there. Had a couple technical difficulties with the can. It's an any angle can, but it would only spray upside down. So I ended up having to spray this whole thing with my hand inverted. Not easy, so I have a few runs in there, but honestly, like I said, it's not for being pretty. It's just to get rid of all the, you know, like yellow and to kind of inhibit the rust. So I'm not really super worried about this looking good. But it does look pretty decent, so I'm not super mad about it. I got the top of the fender well, and I got down in there, so it's all nice and blacked out. I'll do the other side just like that, and I'll show you some pictures. So here's the holes we're going to address today. I'm going to knock all this rust off. I'm going to build me a patch for right here, silicone it in with that Dynaflex that I used on the other side, which looks really good. And then after I get all this cleaned up, I'm going to move some of these wires around just so I can paint. I'm going to paint from the halfway mark over down into here and the top part of this fender, just like I did on the other side. Clean up this engine bay really good. Then once we get to the wiring stage later this week, I'll be able to delete some of these wires out of the engine bay. Maybe, I doubt, but I'll be able to clean it up. I may be able to take a few out, but I definitely am cleaning it up. This is just a mess. I can't stand stuff like that. I do it on here. You can see I got the rust off. I accidentally hit the fender a little bit, but it's all getting painted. I just wanted to make sure I got all that rust off there. When I say get all the rust off, I really mean the scale. I want to leave the actual rust. Otherwise, the rust converter does not work. Because I'm gonna have to rust convert this side. It's a little worse than the other side because we had the penetrations here. Looks like it might have got splashed up with water some more on this side as opposed to the other side. So I'm gonna rust convert this side, so we'll have to wash it really good and get it nice and cleaned up before I paint it. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna use the Dynaflex here, go around, make a good seal, put my new plate, it's right here, the one I just cut earlier. I'll put it right there over that hole, then I'll paint everything. Here's the other side after painting and cleaning everything up. Still got some wire management that I'm working on the inside. So once I get done with that, some of these wires right here will be deleted all the way back to the wiring harness. There's like a big fuse box up there with some relays and stuff in it. Most of that stuff's for the engine, but a few of them obviously are coming from inside the cab. I know there's a few wires in this that are getting deleted, but I'm pretty sure those come from like the headlights and stuff.